That race is that too close to call? Is that what they're saying? No, it's not money-wise. He was complaining the other day that some big PAC run by a crypto guy has thrown a ton of money to defeat him and supporting his challenger, Charlie Hatcher, the Hatchman.
So he's foregone PAC money?
Oh, no. Nobody's giving him any money.
Oh, he's got some PACs that are helping him out.
Who?
I can't.
Ogles?
Yeah, there was
He can't raise any. He has nothing.
Really?
No. I think money-wise, I don't think he has a ton of money on hand. So, I mean, look.
That's okay. Let him worry about our finances as a country, though.
Yeah. One of the things he said, he goes, he did. He when asked about this, he goes, this is what happens, they're coming after us because of our, this is what happens when they're scared of fiscal responsibility or something like that. Come on.
If you're a Republican and you use the words fiscal responsibility, there are about 4 of you that have the right to say that. The rest of you need to shut up.
Shush. Yeah. And you got rid of one of them. Made sure he was gone.
Yeah, because he wouldn't sign on to the stupidity.
Yeah. God, it's just, I remember as a kid growing up, it's like fiscal responsibility. It's just, this is what it's all about. Right?
We're going to take care of the debt and the deficit.
Small government. Fiscal responsibility. Where? I mean, every time you turn around, this administration is asking for more and more money.
Pardon me while I use your tax dollars to buy some boats.
Or blow some boats up.
Yeah. Ain't that the truth?
We blew up a lot of boats. Right? And then, of course, today you got the, we'll see. Again, on Thursday, I think Marsha's probably going to win. I think it's going to be close. Here's the thing. She's going to win with a plurality. She may get 45% of the vote and win, the other two split. But and then you got to say to yourself, and again, we don't know if Jerry Green's going to be it, but we're assuming here. We've done some of that stuff before, the assumption side of stuff, because this is what we do, prognosticate, that she is going to be in a position where she's going to take Jerry Green on and just think, well, because you got a D by your name. People, I'm here to tell you, a lot of you guys have talked about this. Make her work for it.
Make them all work for it.
Well, make them all work for it, but for her, make her work for it. Don't just go, well, she's a Republican, so I'm going to give her my vote. It's the same thing on the left. Well, she's on the left, so I'm just going to give her my... No, make them work for it. I've always said this, always will. Never fall in love with a politician. At best, fall in like.
And Matt has a saying that no politician is going to give you better access to them than when they want your vote.
That's it. Totally.
So get these people to respond and tell you what they plan on doing, and then keep track of how many lies you were told.
Yeah. And the difference between lies and broken because you've got to be honest with yourself going, well, they're not going to get everything done because we have mechanisms in place at the state level all the way up, to the federal level where you can't get everything done. There's give, there's take. You have to be reasonable. But the outright lies that you're told.
I was credibly told by both Andy and Marsha that they're going to get stuff done solo.
Well, first of all, they're getting rid of the Chinese. We know that.
Yeah, it's only her that needs to do it, right?
Yeah, and she's going to deport people even though she can't.
Right.
Because she's going to make herself a special federal agent. And cell phones? I know that kids can't have cell phones in classes. You guys pass that law? We're going to double pass it. We're going to put a hat on a hat.
We got to make it more illegal.
Yeah, so we will see. By the way,
if I was Scott Sapicki, I would probably feel insulted by Marsha coming in and using that as one of her planks in her platform, because he put a lot of work into getting that bill passed that get cell phones out of the classroom for the most part.
Yeah. I mean, telling you, when I listen to them, this is what I hear. Donald Trump thinks I'm beans. What's my favorite one? Donald Trump says strength, Marsha's strength. Like, well, how much can she bench? I don't know. right? What can you squat, ma'am? But I hear you talking about stuff like they're going to keep boys out of girls' restrooms. You know what people care about? Affordability. Even Monty said, everywhere he goes, what do people want to talk about? Affordability.
If somebody's going to give me free money and I have to go into a women's bathroom to get it, I'm going in the women's bathroom.
He might go in the women's bathroom anyways.
Can't stop me.
Don't stop Bell now. Don't stop him. But affordability. Like you said, Ken, we were talking about it with, was it Hatcher?
Charlie Hatcher.
Affordability.
Everyone he talked to, that was number one issue.
What are you going to do about the thing that's less than 1/10 of 1% with trans kids playing girls' sports? No, people are going, hey, life's getting way more expensive and it's getting away from us, and I don't know how many jobs I have to be able to keep a roof over my head. What can you do to maybe ease some of that burden? Cut back on some of these crazy what can you do? There's only so much they can do. But, we get so concerned over nothing but the cultural wars because they're what the algorithms enjoy. Algorithms don't enjoy a good conversation about, being able to talk about tax ramifications. They care about what gets people pissed and angry. You guys want to talk about affordability? Listen to this lady. Now, I'm going to preface this. Her and her husband do okay, but it's expensive life. And when you want to hear how expensive it is, she did the math when it comes to her kids in daycare.
We spent $136,000 on daycare tuition for my daughter.
$136,000. That's over years. $136,000.
I'm a 34-year-old mom of two. I have a 5-year-old daughter and a 3-year-old son, and both of my kids have been in full-time daycare since they were 16 weeks old because my husband and I both work full-time. My daughter's heading to kindergarten in August, so we just paid her last tuition bill ever for daycare. And I decided to look back over the last 5+ years and see how much we spent. And we spent a total of $136,435, which averages to about $2,200 per month for the last 5 years.
That is expensive. That's everywhere. Think about the fact that you send your kid to a really good in-state school and not spend that much. What is this kid learning? Well, hopefully they're not going to die and you get them back at the end of the day.
The most we ever paid on a monthly basis for her tuition was $2,545 a month. And that was back when she was an infant, which makes sense because they're so hands-on at that point. There's bottles, there's diapers, there's very few kids per teacher. Theoretically, her monthly tuition should have decreased as she got older because they move up classrooms. They're much less hands-on, so you can have more kids per teacher. But we've been averaging about a 5% tuition increase per year. So we have been paying an average of $2,200 per month every month for the last 62 months.
And some of you are like, that's expensive. No, not for a lot of good places. It's not. I mean, it's not like think about it. Even if you got 2 kids in daycare and you spend $300 a week on both kids on average, right? That's not absorbent. So $300, that's, on each. So that's $600. Over what, a 48-week period, even 50, depending on how much time you have off? That adds up over time. And that's why affordability is the number one thing. Go look. It's affordability.
That comes out to about $26,400 per year for daycare tuition. And as a reminder, at the beginning of the video, I said I have 2 kids. So for the last 3 years, when my youngest started daycare, we've been spending on average $53,000 per year on daycare tuition for both of our kids. The average median salary for a woman in the U.S. is $56,600 per year. So it's no wonder that 42% of women who voluntarily left the workforce in 2025 cited caregiving or childcare costs as the main reason for their departure.
And Ken, did your wife stay home because it just wasn't worth it, right?
Yep. She just stayed home because, the cost of childcare, we'd have just been spinning our wheels anyway.
Yeah.
And plus, she didn't trust anybody.
No. She probably didn't even trust you.
No, she didn't.
But that's so ridiculously expensive. I mean, and I was thinking to myself, and I cut it down. I mean, again, they both can work, but each of them stayed home for 16 weeks with their kids. So 4 months with their kids. But they had to get back to work. And, you like you said, you want to trust someone. Some people, they don't care. Look, just return them to me later. But I remember when Jack was in preschool, it was a mint. It was. But, I mean, it's getting more and more expensive. That's the number one thing that people care about is affordability, right? Across the board. If you're on a fixed income, do you care about affordability? Unless your fixed income's $1 million a month, you probably a little bit. You care about the cost of life. Everything that goes up, inflation, the dollar getting, your dollar not going as far. I mean, all of that stuff adds up. So, affordability. Stay at home and watch your kids. Yeah, some people don't have the chance to stay at home and watch their kids. You don't think a lot of people would like that?
They got to work. Some of them got to work 2 jobs.
Yeah. The Government Accountability Office came out with how nobody's keeping up with, inflation and cost. A vast majority of jobs are being filled right now. A lot of them are people who need a second job to make ends meet. That's why you want to know why the DSA has any kind of rise in any of this stuff is because people are frustrated. They're angry. They're looking around going, yeah, okay, great. I mean, look, we can sit here and gripe, the younger generation doesn't understand it. The younger generation, even making above the medium, can't even afford a house.
Right.
They can't even qualify for a house.
A lot of them are working 2 jobs.
Yeah. And I know a lot of people, they give, because let me tell you what happens in the world of outrage culture. If I want to get you outraged, I can get any of you guys outraged in 10 seconds. I've got an arsenal full of stuff that would anger you.
You mean you talking about men and women's bathrooms?
Men and women's bathrooms.
Or no, boys and girls bathrooms?
Yeah, MAGA. I got stuff that'll anger you with anything we could. I mean, I got stuff that would because it's easy to do, and then you think automatically everybody's like that. But you know this, Ken. You got millennials and Gen Gen Z.
Yep.
Do they sit around all day and do nothing?
No. No, my Gen Zers are working.
Yeah.
I mean, working hard, going to school. One of them's going to school and working.
Yes.
The other one's getting ready to be going to school and working. And just paid $700 to service his car.
What did he get done? Is he a race car driver?
Had to get brakes, brake fluid exchange, and oil change.
He's driving a Porsche.
Yeah. What is that about?
Stole Daddy's car.
Yeah.
That's why we can't have a tuna boat.
I was getting ready to
that's
say.
why Ken's in an Elantra is because his son took his Porsche.
Yeah, I've really got a Porsche at home. I just don't ever drive it because I'm afraid somebody's going to crash into me.
And you can always tell, see, here's the perfect of the outrage thing. You start getting well, when I was younger, we all wore the same clothes. Okay. We walked uphill both ways. As if the younger generation doesn't work, doesn't do anything. Are there some of those? There was slackers when I was a kid.
You bet. Yeah, there are slackers out there. There are people taking advantage of the system, but
yes.
There are a lot of them out there that are trying to do the right thing.
Yeah. And the affordability thing is getting away from them. And so they're adjusting. They're not having kids. And it's funny because everybody's like, well, I wouldn't do the things that they did because, I want to make sure that I would just make coffee at home. I wouldn't even have coffee. You know what I do? I do what Dave Ramsey say, and I just drink water and have a piece of bread a week.
Well, he allows you to have rice and beans.
Yeah, and you're like, why aren't the younger generation having kids? I don't know, because they don't want to live with their mom and dad while they're married.
No, my daughter, she got her fill of that.
Yeah. See? So, I mean, there's all of that stuff. It adds up. Affordability is number one.
Well, if you don't have kids, though, I mean, who ends up doing all the chores around the house and doing stuff like mowing the lawn and trimming the hedges? I mean, isn't that why you have kids?
Yeah, that's why I moved to a townhome community.
Oh.
I used to think, when I was younger, I used to think my dad only had me so I could change the channel.
That's exactly what I thought.
Get him a beer and change the channel. That's the only reason you had me.
And maybe occasionally he's like, go get the mail.
Never go get the mail. Don't get the mail. There's probably stuff in there. People want money from us. Yeah, bills. Yeah, no. Just get me a beer, change the channel. And, oh, by the way, fix the rabbit ears, right? Get that channel in. Hit the side, like Fonzie. There you go.
I love rabbit ears. I still watch antenna TV.
You have antenna TV?
Well, I've got antennas.
No.
And there's some channels on Antenna TV that I really like. Like whenever on Saturday nights, that Sven Cooley fella.
Oh yeah, that fella. He's
Is-
fun.
if you're an actual broadcaster in television, you still have to put out a regular signal that could be picked up, right?
That's part of the deal. That's part of the deal. That's a small part of the deal anymore.
Ooh, and Brother Chad, there's one channel, man. It's all Westerns, dude.
What is that?
Yeah, it's called West. And it is all Westerns.
Oh, that sounds.
And then Grit TV, too.
Oh, I
It's
love
all
Grit
Westerns.
TV. I got Grit TV. Grit TV. Oh, here comes the angry things. Get a flip phone. No streaming. Read a book. It's doable. Not if you think you deserve everything. Of little touchy there, huh? Little. So wait. So you don't walk to work. Get rid of everything. Eat dirt. It's doable. Oh, coming up, a little Hot Take Tuesday on this beautiful Tuesday. Chad Benson, Super Talk 99.7. No, baby. Got some of your text messages coming. Man, I didn't even talk. I just talked about affordability, how angry some people got. You sound like an entitled millennial. I'm a Gen Xer, baby.
I have a question, a little off the subject, but why do you think that Peter Graves and James Arness never guest starred on each other's shows?
That is interesting for those who don't know.
Sibling rivalry.
Yeah, those big, giant, huge Scandinavians from Minnesota.
Yeah, what were they? Like both 6'9"?
Peter did direct an episode, but he
never started. No, he's never. I don't think he ever
in front of the camera.
No, that is interesting. That's a very interesting thing. I like that.
That's the way to go, Brother Bellet.
Look at Bell right there, man. That was not so much a hot take, but a hot observation. Hot take, hot take, hot take Tuesday. Oh, baby, hot take Tuesday indeed, my good friend Bell. You lead the way.
Age is just a number.
You might hear Bell floating around on Cloud 8. Not quite on Cloud 9.
Let's not get out of the hand here.
Cloud 6. Here we go.
6, yes.
Good name for a band. Because maybe he got himself a digit today or two. Did you get the follow?
The follow.
That's what the kids say.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you got to get the follow so you can DM them.
I'll get that. I just texted her.
It's not
and
the
she
same,
texted
man.
me back.
It's not this. Oh, this seems like it could be real.
He called her at work and left a message.
I faxed her over something.
Actually, there was one girlfriend I had that she was working as a waitress at a strip club, and I called and left her a message, and we ended up going out, and she was with me for like 2.5 years.
Whoa.
Way to go, Brother Bellet.
Look at Bell. Look at you, brother. Look at you.
Left a message at work.
At the strip club.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Look at you. Bow, bow. What's yours, Ken? What you got for us today?
Well, as you know, Monday is everyone's favorite day. They're just too shy to admit it. Because nothing says happiness quite like an alarm clock reminding you at 5:30 in the morning your freedom was temporary.
Yes.
Time to get back to work. I can't wait.
You need therapy.
Yeah. I agree 100%, man. That's just so true.
Mondays do come fast.
They do.
But that's okay.
Yeah. It feels like it's weird because you have Friday night, you're like, oh, I can breathe a little bit. Then I got Saturday. By Saturday night, now it's all of a sudden Sunday. And then Sunday, it's just like, tomorrow at this time, I'm going to be at work.
Ken goes into his nice little office area, starts sitting down about noon on Sunday.
Well, he's got to practice.
Starts writing copy.
Yeah. I start making up stories.
It's okay. It's the world we live in. They may be true at one point in time, so just keep making stuff up. For me, it's a 4-way stop sign. You pull up to it. You know what it is now? It's a free-for-all. Whoever feels like they need to go, you're going to go. The best thing I can do for all of you is to tell you, take a deep breath and just let it happen. All right? Because it's going to. Because everybody believes they've got the right of way.
Yeah.
Even if they were the last person there.
Nothing else matters but me.
Yeah. I let people go today that I'm because I don't care, right? I'm like, whatever. I mean, but this one guy in a truck, like one of those Toyota trucks, those Raptor thingies, he was going. He never even slowed down, right? It was a suggestion to him. And then the other two people who I was also in front of, they decided to go as well. So there you go, kids. The four-way stop sign is a lot more confusing than people realize. Coming up.
More confusing than the roundabout.
Oh, nothing's more confusing than the roundabout. Somebody's going to get stuck there. Look, kids, Big Ben Parliament. Look, kids, butt. Another butt. Look, kids, another butt, another butt. Look, kids, there's Ken. He's going to drive us into the butt. Coming up, we'll talk a little bit of the culture wars because that's always fun. And we got some of your text messages because, like I said, a lot of people are easy to anger when affordability. That's all you got to say. People lose their mind over that. The generational battle is here. And, man, it is crazy how it is. All you have to do is mention something. It's like, oh, well, those kids are stupid. And then the other people, okay, boomer. And we're in the middle, us Gen Xers going, really? This is what we got to deal with? This right here? Chad Benson, Super Talk 98.7. All right, kids. Thursday. It's a couple days from now. We're going to be out there live, broadcasting live in 3D Technicolor. All kinds of good stuff's going to be out there because it is Tennessee primary election live with us. Dan Mandis, Chris Hand, myself, Matt Murphy. Of course, Ken Jackson's going to be out there. Bell, everybody's going to be out there. So get yourself out there. Murfreesboro, Hop Springs, starting at 3 p.m. Hop, don't you even pretend, Bell. I will slap the white out of you.
That's a tall order.
Well, that's what?
That's a tall order.
I know. So get yourself out. Hop Springs, come enjoy us. Come break bread with us. Yell at me if you'd like to. Those kind of things, because it's always fun to do. So Ken's going to be there. We got food trucks is what we're hearing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
Taylor,
that's what I think they've done food trucks every time we've been down there.
Yeah. Taylor Farms, they're not providing a food truck, are they?
Hope not.
Okay. Just want to make sure. We just want to make sure because we definitely want that happening.
If the food truck has lettuce, just take a pass.
Let us throw that away for you. Is what I would say.
That's pretty good.
That is pretty good. By the way, again, the affordability thing. Okay, we get it. When you were younger, you had to work 12 jobs. You built your house. You whittled your house. Chad, when I was younger, we had to teach ourselves math, how to read. I whittled a house. Did you know that? I had to whittle the house all by myself. My parents wouldn't even help me because my parents hated me. In fact, I was born by myself. We get it. All right, we get it.
And it was snowing.
That's how much your parents disliked you.
Yeah.
They left you alone to be born by yourself.
That's it. Everybody acts like they're a great white shark. My mom had me and just swam away.
Ejection, rejection.
That's it. It's the way it was in my day. All of you. I grew up in the Dust Bowl. How old are you? And then another person hit us. You're so gloomy. And I said, first of all, we're laughing all day. Okay? And you didn't like the fact that I talked about affordability, which, by the way, I didn't bring up. That lady brought up how expensive it is for her. And several of you who are younger, by the way, said, yeah, my wife and I each work 2 jobs, and we don't have kids, and we're not going to have kids. The other one said, this is why we have dogs. And then what happens? You've got one side going, we need to promote the family. We need to get young people. You know why we need that? Because we're running out of young people who are going to support society in the future. Well, until the robots take over. They're coming, guys. Oh, they're coming. We're going to need them because who's going to take care of the old people?
If affordability isn't something you concern yourself with, that means you're rich beyond the need to care.
Yeah. Yeah. If it's no big deal to you, if it's no big deal. Chad, you talk about it every day. Yeah. Well,
because it's currently an issue with almost everyone.
Yeah. And here's the thing. You're gloomy. First of all, I'm just talking about what's going on in the world. Secondly, I think this is really important. I bet you 4 years ago when Biden was president and things were sad, you guys weren't going, you guys are not being nice to the administration. Do you think that was happening? Bell, you were here. Was it all like, Biden can do better? We know. You just got to give him a chance.
No, we were pretty much slamming the idiot.
Yeah, because he deserved it.
Well, I don't know if he necessarily deserved it because you don't. I mean, the guy at his age is almost developed a sense of retardation. There I said it.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, look, you can't blame, first of all, you can't blame everything on Biden. Just like you can't blame everything on Trump. There is by the way, go look, everybody's like, well, his inflation at top was 9%. That is true. What he left, his inflation was not. It was like 2.4%. 2.5. But we only remember the bad part.
Yeah, but how easy is it to trust somebody who can't simply turn around and walk off a stage without somebody coming up to help them?
You should never have trusted him. But they should never have trusted him. Shouldn't trust any president. Definitely don't trust the oil companies who are taking advantage of stuff. That is weird, right?
They're making too much money.
That is weird. You're supposed to be all about capitalism, and you're out there going, you should give some of that money back. That sounds socially to me.
I wonder how he would react if somebody said, well, Trump as a company, they made too much money. We need to be throwing some of that back.
Well, remember, that's what the Biden administration was saying.
Yeah.
That the oil companies are making too much money.
Yeah. And what happened? Everybody goes, well, it's
communism.
It's communism. Look at that. That's communism. And then Trump's like, I don't like it. Well, no. I mean, they're making money because there's a war. Did Chevron start the war? Did they? I don't know, because they've started a few.
Oil companies love them some more.
They do love them some more. Okay, here's something positive. Everybody's like, you're not positive. It's a great day. Mondays are awesome. It's sunny. I don't know what anybody wants me to say.
I didn't want you to say anything about Monday.
Awesome. They are.
They are. Aren't you listening, Bell? For God's sake, we got a song about it. For God's sake, I
can't wait till the next one.
Yeah,
you can have a song about anything you want. It doesn't make it true.
That's not true.
That's not very true, Brother Bilal.
If there's song being sung.
When Styx was singing Mr. Roboto, I'm pretty sure Mr. Roboto didn't even exist.
He does now.
He doesn't.
I bet you he does.
There's
By the way,
millions of Mr. Robotos.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I want to see that movie Soulmate.
Who's in that?
So this is a new movie that came out on the 1st. It's on Amazon, but it is think of an older version of Megan.
Interesting.
Right? This guy's wife dies.
Oh, I have seen that.
Who's in it?
I don't know.
I couldn't tell you.
Because I think I've seen the thumbnail for that, but I don't know if I've even bothered.
No, you should. It's really good. It is. It looks really good. I'm going to rent that tonight. Last night I rented Supergirl. It was actually way better than I thought it was going to be.
Wasn't too woke?
No, it wasn't woke at all.
Wow.
I was looking for the woke. I was like, okay, where's the woke? And I'm like, there's no woke. There's always been a Supergirl. Before there was woke, there was Supergirl.
Yeah. Supergirl's been around since, I want to say, I think she debuted in 52.
Yeah. By the way, I just want to say, she's got a bit of a drinking problem.
Oh, she's full-blown alcoholic.
I just want to let you guys know, she has a bit, she's got a bit of a drinking problem.
Can you imagine having to travel that far just to get drunk?
Just to get drunk. She's got to go to, was it a red planet?
Yes, a planet with a red sun.
Yeah.
Because she gets her powers from a yellow sun.
Yeah, but there's no wokeness in it. I don't know where they got that. There was no wokeness, but it was, she likes to beat people up and kill people.
I'm pretty sure they didn't gender swap anybody.
There's no wokeness.
I don't understand. I never knew or got what the wokeness was supposed to be about.
There's a woman kicking people's asses.
So
everybody knows no woman can kick people's asses.
My mother could.
Well, she's a different kind of woman. So
she's an alien.
Yeah, she was an alien. So, but she is. And I will say, Lobo was awesome.
How
he's in it a fair amount. He's in it a fair amount. Yeah, he is. Now, I want more of him. Like, it's, you wonder, like we always talk about with Tom Cruise in Tropical Thunder. Would there be too much Tom Cruise if it was just a movie?
Yeah, because when I got done with Tropic Thunder, I was like, that guy needs his own movie.
Yeah.
And then I thought, well, maybe I'm so into him because they left me wanting more.
Yeah, no, I think you could see why they're going to spin it off and give him his own thing. But he is He's funny. It's good. The movie's good. I mean, there's no, I don't know when people say there's wokeness. I'm like, okay, I want to see what the wokeness is in the movie. If, is it good? And I watched it and I was like, there's no wokeness in this. I mean, she's an alien. She's been around forever. It's not like Superman is now Supergirl.
Right. It's not like she used to be Superman and he was like, oh, I feel like a woman. I'm going to start wearing a skirt.
Yeah, no, it's not like that. And she fights other, and like half the aliens are creatures you don't even know what the hell they are. So I don't know if you replace that creature with another creature that makes it woke. Because this one has 9 tentacles and that one only had 4. So, no, it was fun though. It was fun. I wanted more from the dog.
The dog annoyed me. Just from the clips I've seen. Because he wasn't like that in the comic book.
What was he like?
Much more obedient. When Superboy told him to do something, he did it.
Well, this is, because remember, he's still a puppy.
Yeah, but he was a puppy when Clark got him. Did you know that she actually had a super horse?
Are you serious?
Yes. A super horse?
And a super monkey. DC went off the deep end when it came to those pets in the late 50s.
Wow, we're missing out. No, there was none of that. There was definitely none of that. It was a lot of fun though. There was a lot, you know what? And she and he kill. So, you know what I noticed though? Not a lot of blood.
Well, I'm sure James Gunn is it James Gunn?
Yeah.
Yeah, James Gunn had a mandate to keep it PG.
Yeah. So there wasn't a lot. I mean, but there's killings. I mean, you see people, but there's not a lot of blood.
It's like with Star Wars. There's killings all through that movie. You never see any blood.
No. Yeah.
The worst thing you see in the entire series is Anakin getting burned, and that turned out to be PG-13.
I watched a trailer today for Violent Night 2. Remember when Santa Claus has to save the day with
Is that the one that the guy from Stranger Things is in? Okay.
He's in this one, so it stars him, and he is he's on the naughty list because he's lost his Christmas spirit because he's so grumpy.
I thought he was Santa Claus.
Yeah, but he lost his Christmas spirit, so he lost all of his powers, and now he works at a mall.
So who's Santa Claus now?
I don't know, but what they keep saying, he keeps saying, he's telling the kids, they're like, so you're Santa Claus, why aren't you Santa Claus? He goes, well, I don't know, maybe I killed too many people last year. But it looks great. And it looks better than the first one. Way better than the first one. All right, coming up, we're going to wrap it up with Matt, who is here somewhere, I am sure. And again, Thursday, we're all going to be together, and it's Hug a Dan Day. So always remember that. Hug a Dan. Every time you hug a Dan, an angel gets its wings. Chad Benson, Super Talk 997. I see Matt. He's wandering around out there. Little welcome Matt for him.
What's he wearing today?
He's got a green shirt on. Kind of a light green, almost a little bit limey.
Well, at least he's clothed.
At least here he comes running in, ladies and gentlemen. No, it's a blue shirt. It's hard to tell with the strobe lights in here. All day, we've taken them up and down. They're going to start shaking. Oh, look at you too. Now he's got a shirt that would definitely be high karate. Right. Definitely high karate.
Matt's a fashion monger.
He is. He's got little snap-ons. I like that.
Made with real bits of panther, so you know it's good.
It's rather pungent.
It's a formidable scent. I gotta be honest with you. That smells like pure gasoline.
Whoa, it smells like a burnt diaper after somebody's had curry.
Smells like Bigfoot's.
Oh, good time.
Hello.
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
I don't know. You're right. They did start blinking again.
Yeah, we're not quite sure what's going on in here.
What's happening? Tell me what I need to talk about today. I'm woefully unprepared.
They're thinking we should put guardrails in on Broadway. They want to do bumper pool, or bumper bowling.
I think that we should have a serious conversation about annual testing for drivers over a certain age.
Yes, you should do that. Let the older people listening get yelled at you today because they've been yelling at me all day because I talked about affordability that had nothing to do with me but what somebody pays for a daycare.
When has, I was reading a story about this morning. When has life been better?
1985.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
86.
84.
So y'all think life was better in 84, 85, 86, mid-80s?
Better or easier?
No, better.
Well, I mean, I think you could.
Or easier. I mean,
well, it depends. Well, I mean, we're talking about it from like a kid generation. We're all looking back at our time because we enjoyed being a kid, riding our bikes, not have to worry about stuff. I think we live in the best time in human history as far as technology and all this kind of stuff. You can look back in the 50s and say, well, okay, we were the only nation still standing after 2 world wars. Our expansion was huge. It was a good time then, but I wasn't alive in the 50s, so I wouldn't
not
know.
for everybody.
No, not for everybody, but as far as affordability.
Not for Jewish people or gay people or black people or whatever.
No, but I'm talking about affordability side. I was just talking about the affordability side of stuff.
Yeah, but see, now people don't want a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house.
No, they don't. We also don't build those.
No, we don't. And I was talking about this the other day, that where those exist are unfortunately in the most expensive areas of any given state, and that would be in the major metropolitan areas, like in our case, Nashville. So where you find, so they don't build these small, houses in the suburbs. They exist in Nashville, but Nashville is the most expensive component to all of this. So the younger generation can't buy those houses because those houses are jacked up and as expensive as the big, 4-bedroom, 3-bath houses that you can get in the burbs.
Yeah, yeah.
So what is the answer? Well, I don't think government subsidized housing is the answer.
No,
I don't think government I asked somebody this question last night. Because I saw the conversation about affordability, everything's 30%. I was like, well, what do you want the government to do about it? Because I promise you, the government's going to make it worse.
Oh yeah,
without a doubt,
yeah. Absolutely. No, they're going to make it worse.
The government partially caused this problem, and I think the government is going to insist that they get us out of it, which is just going to make it worse. I believe in the free markets with guardrails. I believe that if you get the government out of the way, stop having government dumping trillions of dollars of fake money into the economy on an annual basis. I think if you believe in competition, then put the regulations in place. But
regulations to a certain extent. You can't regulate to the point where it's like,
that's fair.
It's like regulations on top of it. If you go in some states, we could talk about all this stuff on the federal level, but the reality is states are going to still handle all their own regulations. And if you have so many regulations that just the cost of getting through the regulations costs you half as much as the House does,
that's what they're dealing with in California. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, you do.
Yeah, it's
right?
insane.
So
Texas is like 5 minutes, they throw up a house.
So I understand. When I go into the grocery store, I go into the convenience store and I buy, my daily Monster, right? And it's $4. It's over $4. And I'm like, wait a minute. I remember when these were $2. And it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
6 years ago.
And, right? So what is happening and what can we do to kind of, decrease that? I don't know. So at some point down the road or at some point along the way, millions became billions. I don't remember when that was.
Probably 2 stimulus packages.
Yeah, stimulus packages. Yeah, well, like you said, when you throw so much money out there and you give everybody a bunch of money, that's going to cause inflation. Who creates inflation? One place prints money.
By the way, I have an answer for the Broadway thing, though. Why do they drive down there at all? Why don't they just stop letting them drive down there?
Well, because the business owners are not thrilled by that. They've already come out saying, well, we don't know about that. How about we don't let them drive in certain times of the day? Weekends, really busy times.
I think they already block it off on Fridays and Saturdays.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Maybe
that's true.
I don't know.
Maybe.
But I like the thing with you. We got to talk about age thing.
Let's do. We're going to talk about age. We're going to talk about 2 days to go before the election. Y'all know where you're voting? You know where you're voting?
Oh, is there an election? I thought we were just all hanging out.
Yeah. Thursday, baby.
Thursday. Hug Day. Hug Day.
Hot Springs.